So, welcome all to this lecture series on medical tourism. So, if I have to tell you in nutshell that what medical tourism is and how and what we are going to learn in this. So, basically, in this lecture series on medical tourism, what we are going to learn is how to market your services to the international market. That is one thing you need to understand, right? That how you are going to tell people in the international market that you have a hospital, you have a clinic, and you provide these kind of services at dismissed cost and whatever it is. How you are going to first market their services, and the second is process. Once the patient decides to avail healthcare services in your hospital, then what is the process for the same? So when we're talking about international healthcare marketing in international market, what we are going to learn in this? So for that, you need to have a very good website. Right. So we need to know how to make flyers and posters so that we can, you know, send that information to them, tell, a beautiful flyer poster so that they can get attracted towards your facility and all. And in a similar way, we will also teach you how to make videos, how to do SEO, how to do Google business profile. All these things we're going to learn. Now, moving on to the second part.
We will talk about how the ecosystem works. We will talk about how hospital handle international patients. We will talk about how facilitators build business. As a facilitator, आप खुद कैसे business build कर सकते हो. We will talk about how visa works, how hospital actually makes revenue, right? And most importantly, how to build trust. Now, healthcare system, it's all dependent on trust. चाहे आप अपने domestic patients की बात कर लो, चाहे you talk about the international patients. कोई भी whenever you are dealing with patients, whenever you are dealing in healthcare industry, you need to build that trust, because healthcare is all not just all about treatment. It is also about the confidence that you give to your patients. Okay, let's move on. So let's start with understanding what is medical tourism and what is medical value tourism. There are a lot of people um, who will use the word medical tourism, and you will hear few people saying medical value tourism, right? Now, India officially prefers the term medical value travel instead of medical tourism. Now, why is that? Because the word tourism, that makes it sound like, yay, vacation, we are going on a vacation, right? So a lot of people think, okay, what is like tourism? Okay, this might be related to vacation or something, but healthcare is serious, right? So if somewhere is traveling for cancer, if somewhere is traveling for cardiac surgery or a transplant or an IVF or a spine surgery. Now, you know, whenever we talk about medical value travel, now we have understood, okay, one patient is, going traveling from their home country to another country, but why would that patient come to India? Why are patients choosing India? India is in top 10 destinations for medical value travel, but why are they choosing India?
Good quality
Because
healthcare with low pricing.
yes, because treatment in India is of course affordable. That is one thing. Absolutely. Quality, yes, because India provides quality healthcare treatment. You guys are right. Yes. But there is more to that. Now, the first, of course, which is the most obvious advantage, that is, of course, affordability. Now, healthcare in many developed countries is extremely expensive, right? Now, a cardiac surgery in USA may cost somewhere around $70,000, and the same surgery in India is, somewhere around $6,000 to $10,000, depending upon the hospital. So ecosystem and stakeholders. Now this is, I mean, we need to understand, like we have understood why patients choose India. Now we will understand what actually happens behind the scenes. Now most people think, like I asked you a question and somebody said, Like patient comes to India, get the treatment done. That's all the medical value travel is, right? Hospital treats, patient go homes. That is. But the reality is actually much bigger than that. There are a lot of people behind medical value travel, a lot of people behind one international patient. And even if one part fails of the whole ecosystem, the patient experience will suffer, right? Now you need to understand that every part behind this. I mean, just imagine this: the patient comes, the surgery goes perfectly, the doctor is excellent, the hospital infrastructure is world class, very nice, very good, right? But the airport pickup failed. Nobody went to pick up the patient from the airport, and the patient is, of course, this is I mean, he's an international patient. He's a foreigner. It's the first time he's in India. The translator is unavailable, so now you cannot even guide the patient. The billing confusion happens. Now patient doesn't know what to do. My billing, like, I have money to pay. What do I do? Where do I go? Visa extension is delayed. Now patient is supposed to like extend the length of stay is supposed to extend, right? But visa extension is not happening. Who will do the visa extension? He doesn't know. Nobody is updating the family on what is happening with the patient, what treatment, how many days in the hospital, what next, how to do the follow up. Nothing is happening. What will happen? The patient will leave unhappy. The family will leave unhappy. Now, if we talk about the complete patient journey, right? This is how an international patient moves through the system. Usually, you will get an inquiry through, internet, through website. They will text you on WhatsApp. They will take your WhatsApp number from the website. They will maybe search you on social media, or maybe through a medical value facilitator, right? After that, once the contact has been made, the reports will be shared by the patients to you or the facilitators. Now, without proper reports, you cannot have the diagnosis. You cannot give any estimate to the patient, like, this is the kind of estimate, that this is the expense that will incur in your treatment, this is the treatment that you want. You cannot do this, right? Then the doctor opinion comes, doctor reviews the case. Now this step is what builds trust. A lot of times when a patient sends the inquiry, online consultation also happens, just to increase, just to make sure that the patient is trusting the hospital, is trusting the doctor. Patient has that confidence that, yes, I am in safe hands, right? Then the cost estimate comes. Now
Is it visible now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir, now it is visible.
So first of all, I should take you with what you can create with AI. Okay. So you must have seen posters like this. Many hospitals and doctors create posters like this. I'm sure many of you must have done that with a marketing agency, do that for you. And these are the kind of infographics you can make. You can see this is an infographic for RCT treatment. You can see a healthy tooth, infected tooth, and root canal treatment step by step process. This all can be generated through AI in minutes. Okay. So moving on, in the image generation, what is AI image generation? So AI image generation in very simple languages, you have an artist which you have to make a painting. So you have an artist who don't have his own brain but can draw exactly like what you speak. Okay, whatever you speak will be drawn on your painting. That is AI generating your images. So there are some free tools which you can start using today for AI image generation. First of all, ChatGPT. Many of you must have used ChatGPT, Claude. Some of you must know that, but I don't know if you know that. Google Gemini, Canva. Okay. So there are three steps in creating an AI generated image. First of all, we have to give it a prompt, right? Second, we have to give it a prompt, and then image will come out, and then we have to make final edits in that image. like changing your logo, changing your phone number, email address, like that. Okay. So for script writing, prompt writing, there are two ways. Either you can type a prompt manually, and either you can get a prompt from Claude or ChatGPT. These two are AI tools which we will be using to get prompts. And for image generation, you can use ChatGPT, Gemini, Canva can also do image generation, but you will see, I will show that how Canva generates image. Give me a prompt to generate a flyer for a clinic giving 50% discount on Father's Day for all of its services. Right? We give it a very basic, simple prompt, um, and just send it. It will give us a prompt like that. Okay. Go to image creation and paste the prompt and send it. It will be creating an image. It will take a few minutes. So we have come up, ChatGPT has come up with an image. You can see how premium this image looks.